Teaching Up for Excellence. Chapter 19 of Contemporary Issues in Curriculum discusses teaching up for excellence. This directly relates to school improvement in that it describes ways in which educators can give all students equal access to excellence. How is separateness in schools a problem? Students are separated in the classroom based on their abilities. Achievement levels often separate individuals of diverse populations. Less privileged students are in lower level groups, while more privileged students are in more advanced ones. Students are also separated in the school based on their neighborhoods. Demographics of school populations often depend on the socioeconomic statuses of the neighborhoods in which the schools are located. To demonstrate students being assigned separate classrooms based on their achievement levels, compare the enrollment of Caucasian and African American students at TISD's Texas High School. According to the 2019-2020 Texas High School Campus Improvement Plan, the school population of Caucasians and African Americans are almost equal, at 39.8% and 38.7% respectively. However, when you look at student enrollment in the STEM Academy, the gap widens significantly, with 80% of all Caucasians enrolled and only 36% of all African Americans enrolled in Texas High's STEM Academy. When it comes to advanced placement, there is still a considerable gap, with 81% of Caucasians and 33% of African Americans meeting grade level standards, and 18% of Caucasians and 7% of African Americans mastering grade level standards. The ethnic makeup of the STEM AP program is not reflective of the demographics of the Texas High School campus. The improvement plan lists the root cause for this problem to be that students of diverse populations fail to feel supported while challenging themselves academically. To demonstrate students being assigned separate schools based on their demographics, compare two of TISD's elementary campuses, Theron Jones Early Literacy Center and Wagner Creek Elementary School. According to the 2019 to 2020 campus improvement plans for Theron Jones and Wagner Creek, the demographics of each school's neighborhood affects the school's population. Theron Jones' student population reflects the demographics of the neighborhood surrounding the school, which includes Section 8 housing complexes. While Wagner Creek is located in an area with potential for economic and residential growth. Theron Jones has TISD's highest population of economically disadvantaged students at 97.5%, with a population consisting of 5.2% Caucasian and 81.5% African American. Wagner Creek has 41.2% of economically disadvantaged students, with 64.36% of its population Caucasian and 22.11% African American. In this comparison, the data shows that the school consisting of more economically disadvantaged students is primarily African American, while the majority of students attending the school with less economic disadvantages is Caucasian. Thus, we have a primarily African American school and a primarily Caucasian school within the same school district. Segregation may be officially over, but separateness still exists. Educators should strive to provide an equal access to excellence for all students. For school improvement, teachers should not teach according to student placement. They should teach up. The 7 core principles of teaching up. First, embrace the differences of others. Accept that human differences are not only normal, but also desirable. Embrace the differences in others. Know that the power of race, culture, and economic status influence how students construct meaning, and support students in making meaning in multiple ways. Next, develop and model a growth mindset. See a potential for success in all learners, regardless of their backgrounds. We will explore this further in the next several slides. Next, get to know your students individually and work to understand their differences. Respect their backgrounds. This includes their race, cultures, interests, needs, and perspectives. Learn each student's learning style. In lieu of the golden rule, practice the platinum rule, meaning instead of treating others as you would want to be treated, treat others as they want to be treated. Next, create a base of rigorous learning opportunities. Support student learning while attending to student interests. Relate lessons to student experiences. Promote excellence by encouraging students to do their best. Teachers who teach up ensure the students develop the skills of independence, self-direction, collaboration, and production that are necessary for success. Next, understand that students come to the classroom with varied points of entry into a curriculum and move through it at different rates. Offer a safe environment for all students. To encourage risk-taking in the classroom, make sure each student is acknowledged in their moments of success to avoid student isolation due to race, culture, or economic status. Create flexible classroom routines and procedures that attend to learner needs. Carefully select times for whole class work, independent work, and group work. Finally, be an analytical practitioner. Reflect on classroom procedures, practices, and pedagogies for evidence that they are working for each student and modify them when they're not working. Learn from your students how they learn the best. Growth mindset. Growth mindset is the belief that it is always possible to learn and improve upon abilities and personal intelligence. People with growth mindsets are eager to overcome challenges. They focus on how they can improve and on how they can gain more knowledge. Growth mindset is the belief that you are in control of your own ability and that you can learn and improve. Those with a growth mindset often attribute failure to a lack of effort rather than a lack of ability. Fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is the belief that the ability to learn is limited based on your existing capabilities and intelligence. People with fixed mindsets believe that a person is either born with or without intelligence or certain capabilities. People with fixed mindsets avoid challenges. They focus on their accomplishments and want to be recognized. Cultivating growth mindset in the classroom. In order to facilitate a growth mindset, set short-term proximal goals so that all students experience success even in areas that they find challenging. Help students to understand learning, for all things involves new connections in the brain. Teach students that intelligence is malleable. Avoid grouping students by ability whenever possible. Model reflective practices and provide opportunities for students to do the same. A growth mindset for school improvement. Teachers who model a growth mindset encourage productivity and resilience in their students, motivate their students towards lifelong learning, and influence their students to develop growth mindsets. Here are some examples of a fixed versus a growth mindset. A teacher with a fixed mindset tells a student they're wrong, while a teacher with a growth mindset would say something like, "Not quite." Difficulties cause fixed mindsets to try less, but growth mindsets try harder when obstacles are faced. People with fixed mindsets think they cannot do something if they do not already know how. But a growth mindset thinks they can learn how to do anything they set their mind to. Failure causes people with mindsets to quit, but it inspires growth mindsets to learn from their mistakes. Mindsets blame negative outcomes on their lack of ability, while growth mindsets know that it is really caused by a lack of effort. Fixed mindsets connect success with their intelligence level, but growth mindsets connect success with the effort that they put in. Fixed mindsets think people are born either with or without intelligence, but growth mindsets know that with effort, intelligence can be developed. Mindsets want a pat on the back for their achievements, while growth mindsets see achievements as opportunities for improvement. How does understanding one's learning profile help teachers plan instruction? For teachers who teach up, understanding students' learning profiles is the driving force behind instructional planning and delivery. Get to know your students. Identify how they learn most efficiently and effectively, taking into consideration their backgrounds, culture, gender, environmental preferences, and personal strengths or weaknesses. Then develop a purposeful instructional strategy according to your students' needs. What are the advantages of creating flexible classroom routines? Flexibility allows students' needs to be met. It addresses student differences, promotes complex thinking, and allows students to help each other while providing individualized instruction. How does underestimating students hurt their learning? Educators with fixed mindsets do not instill confidence in their students. This could have a negative impact for years to come, possibly a whole lifetime. Teachers should see the potential for success in all of their students. Educators with growth mindsets empower their students to believe that they are capable of success. When students have adults in their lives who truly believe in them, the likelihood of success is dramatically increased and their possibilities become endless. Teaching up leads to overall school improvement because when students succeed, schools succeed.